Hi, this is James, and in this tutorial I'm going to take you through the process of creating a blog with the OptimizePress blog system. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through step by step how we would create and customize a blog with OptimizePress 2.0, and I'm going to use a reference point which is one of my favorite sites, the PSD Tuts tutorial site. So I'm going to try and create something similar to this just to give you an idea of the framework of the OptimizePress 2.0 system and how you can use it to create blogs for your websites. So the first thing to do is complete the blog setup process. Now you need to complete this whenever you're using the WordPress OptimizePress theme. So the first thing to do is to choose one of our 3 child themes. Now we are going to be adding more themes in the future. Many of you have mentioned that these look quite similar. There are subtle differences between them. If I just load up each one, I will show you. So theme 1 has a framed content area and a grey background. So this is great if you want to keep your content contained and less of a clean style design. It also has a grey sidebar. The second design is a full width design, so we have a full width white background with a grey sidebar, and your content is organized with each of the non-latest posts showing as a small thumbnail. And theme 3 has the larger full-size thumbnails for each image and also has no sidebar. So this is a very ultra clean white space style design, and is often popular because it's quite flexible in terms of what you can do with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to choose the theme 3 design, and I'm going to click on step 2 to brand my blog. Now what we're going to do with the branding is actually upload our header or blog logo and customize a few other things as well. So if I go into set up my header, what you'll want to do is either upload a logo or a banner image. You would not upload both, because if you have both uploaded then the logo is going to take precedence. So I'm going to choose my logo from the media library. You can obviously upload your own logo just by dragging and dropping the files here. So here's the PSD Tuts logo, and I'm just using this purely for demonstration purposes. Obviously, if you have a banner image, what you may need to do is use a repeating header background image for the edges of your banner. So what this means is that if you have a banner image which has a edge of the banner might be a gradient, then you would need to take a vertical slice of that banner and then upload that to your site so it repeats horizontally along the back of the header. Now for this logo, because I'm using a logo that's transparent, which is what we recommend, I can just choose a background color. So I'm just going to use a almost black color there. If you have a fav icon, which is the little icon that you see in the address bar for your site, you can upload that here. Now we can choose the basic color scheme settings for our site. The feature area gradient will be used on some of the templates and also on the homepage feature area, which we'll discuss later. So this can be used to choose your styling for that. So I'm just going to choose a color which is similar to my header, and you would normally use a contrasting color for the page or category headline, because on some of the templates this headline will be backed onto the feature area. You can insert a copyright notice, and on some of the templates you can also specify your social media links here, which will be added to the header bar. And now the typography can be customized. So for this one I am going to show you what the site looks like currently, and then we'll make a few tweaks to it. So if I just load up my site, and you can see currently it's quite plain, so what I might do is make these bold. Now the headlines for the posts normally use the H1 or the H2 tags, so I'm going to style the H1 tag to be bold and also the H2 tag to be bold. And you can also specify the colors here if you wish. I'm going to leave the default colors in place, and I'm going to go on to step 3. Now in step 3 we can customize the sidebar columns, the header stylings and navigation stylings, and also the footers. So with the sidebar preferences, this is going to set the sidebar preference for the overall site. These can be customized on individual pages, but I'm just going to leave it with a right sidebar. You You can also customize the width of the sidebar here, anything between 230 and 400 pixels. If you enter anything outside of those, the page will refresh and you'll need to change this to allow it to save. The header preferences, now here we can specify, if you're using a logo like I am, I can use the alongside logo navigation as well as the top and bottom navigation. So if I activate this, you will see that when I save I also have another navigation option, but I'm going to use this one for now, and I can customize the primary blog navigation, which is this one here. So I can customize whatever I want on this. All that I'm going to do is I'm going to specify white for the navigation color, and for the background I'm going to specify a full black color, and I can customize these other ones if I want, but for now I'm just going to leave those, and I'm going to go on to step 4. Now in step 4 we can customize a number of other elements for the page, for the blog. So you can add a homepage feature area. Now this is a section that will appear on the homepage of your blog posts only, and this will allow you to add either an opt-in form or a video with a sign-up form, or a video with content, or you can have a rollover image with sign-up form, or you can add your own HTML content. We will go into this in a separate video, so for now I'm going to leave this off. The next thing is advertising. So we have a number of advertising blocks set up within the OP system. You can turn this on and you can activate where you want the header, the advertising bars to be, and you can upload the images for these banners. So you can either upload an image or you can add where the image or banner is hosted, and it will tell you the dimensions you need to use for each banner. For now I'm going to leave the advertising off. If you want to add a sidebar opt-in to your page, we would first need to activate this here. Now once this is activated, you will need to go to the appearance and widgets section and add a widget to your sidebar. So let's do that now. So over at the widgets page, I need to find the Optimize Press sidebar opt-in, and I'm going to drag it to the sidebar and click save. Now whatever we customize within the blog setup will appear in the sidebar. So we have a number of different styles for the opt-in box. I'm going to choose, let's go with style, let's try style 15. Okay, that looks great. And I can add in my opt-in form customizations here. So if you have followed the integration tutorials, your integrations will appear here. Or if you're using an unsupported autoresponder that we don't have an API for, you can use the custom form integration and paste your HTML form here. For me, I'm going to use Infusionsoft, and my lists will be pulled in from Infusionsoft in just a few seconds. Once those lists are in there, we can choose whatever we want. So I am just going to choose the sign up for launch video 1. And if I was integrating with GoToWebinar, I can also specify this here. I'm going to choose don't integrate for now. And again, we can customize the title of the opt-in form. We can customize anything else here. We can also customize the button. So I'm just going to put get access now. If we want to show social sharing icons on the blog, we can just turn this on here. We can also activate a related posts box, and this will show related posts for the post that you're on. If you want to show comments on your blog, you can activate WordPress comments and Facebook comments here. You will need to ensure that if you activate Facebook comments, you have added in a Facebook comments API key within the main social integration section of the dashboard. So you'll need to go to Facebook and create a Facebook app, and then enter the app ID inside our system for this to work. You can override these settings on each individual page as well. So I'm just going to turn on WordPress comments for now. If you have other CSS scripts or header scripts you need to add for the blog system specifically, you can add those in here. And you can also specify the custom reading link. I'm going to leave that as it is. So let's go to step 5, and that will complete the initial setup of the blog. So as you can see, the blog has been successfully set up. So if we go back to my blog now and let's refresh and see how things are looking. Okay, so you can already see that my header bar has been customized. I have my logo. I can see the fonts are bold for the main posts, although some of these others are not, and this was probably because these secondary posts here are most likely to be using the H3 tag. So I can go in and customize those in just a few moments. The next thing we're going to do is add a navigation bar to our blog. So in order to do this, we need to go to Appearance and Menus, and we need to create a new menu for the blog. Now, if you already have a menu set up, you can choose that here. Now, as you can see, I have a menu here, but I'm going to choose to create a new menu. And what I will do is I will call this menu blog menu, so I know what it's going to be, and I'll click create menu. Now, once the blog menu has been created, we need to add some elements or some items to the blog menu. So let's go to view all pages, and we can add any of these pages that we choose. So I'm just going to tick a few pages and click add to menu. Now, you would obviously have your pages here that you want to add. You can also add categories, and you can also add individual links if you want to link to a specific page. If you also want to link to your home page, you would just enter in the home page URL of your site here. So for me, ophelpdesk.com is this site's domain, and I'm just going to add home in there, and there is my home link. You can drag these up and down to order them. If you want to create a submenu, you can drag that in, and you will see how that looks in just a few moments. Now, once we're happy with this, the last thing to do is to choose where the blog menu is going to be assigned to. So in this case, I'm going to assign it to the blog primary menu, and I'm going to click Save Menu. Okay, so we'll go back to the blog. Let's refresh the page, and now we should see my new blog menu appearing, and here we have it. So you can see here we have the menu. Now, because I didn't customize the sub drop down menus on my blog settings, I need to customize those just a little, but I can customize those later, that's not a problem. And you can see the menu has been fully set up. We can also set up a menu bar above this page by adding a menu to the blog top menu. So if I just save this back on the menus page and refresh, you'll see that this menu is now also appearing at the top of the page, and here it is. So you can see here this has separate styling, which you can also customize within the OptimizePress blog settings. So let's turn the top menu off, save this again, and the next thing we want to do is I'm going to show you how to add some images to your blog. So let's go into this post here, and as you can see, we have the social sharing icons here. We also have the author, the number of comments, and the date. Now, not all of the blog themes will show this information, so it will be up to you to choose the theme that fits what you want to show. If we scroll down, we'll see we have the WordPress comments box here. Now, let's just go to edit this post, and I'll show you how we can add an image to the post to make the blog look a little bit more alive. So in order to add an image to your blog post, all you need to do is scroll down on the blog post to the featured image section, and this is a default WordPress feature. So if you have featured images uploaded to other blogs that you are switching over to the OptimizePress theme, then they will show on the blog theme for OptimizePress 2. So I'm going to choose an image here, and I'm going to choose set as featured image. You can of course upload your own image if you choose to do so, but I've just set that image as my featured image. So as you can see, it's appeared here on the sidebar. And let's just update this page or post. Okay, so when your post is saved, you can go ahead and view your post. Okay, and you can see on the post that we've just uploaded the image to, we now have this great looking image at the top of the page. And obviously, if we go back to our blog homepage, we will see now the image also appears here at the top of the page. So the next thing to do on your blog would be to add featured images to each of your other blog posts. We do recommend using a featured image for each of your blog posts to improve the look of your blog and to improve click-through rates from your main blog homepage through to your individual posts. Now, a few other things I want to show you how to do with the OptimizePress blog system. The first one is if you're adding additional sidebars to the blog. To do this, all you need to do is go to Appearance and Widgets, the same place we went to add the sidebar opt-in, and we can drag in other elements to the page. So for example, if we wanted to show the advertising elements in the sidebar, we can drag this in there. We can also drag in a search box, and we can also drag in lists of pages and posts. So I'm going to drag in our OptimizePress page links, which allows you to show pages, archives and categories. So let's just tick categories here, and if we refresh the blog page, you'll see now that we have our categories listed here on the sidebar. Now you may want to show just your posts, or you may want to show the pages, and you can choose to do that by using the tabs, and obviously these will be able to be switched between. Now obviously you also have the option to remove anything from this sidebar here and use other elements instead. So we could use recent posts. Let's just drop that one in. In fact, we have a recent post tab from OptimizePress, so let's use this one instead. So recent posts, and let's refresh the blog. And you'll see here the recent posts have showed up. Now only the first thumbnail is showing up here because we haven't set thumbnails for these other posts, but once you do, they'll obviously be shown next to each blog post, and along with the number of comments and also the title of the blog post. So it's another great way to get people to click through to your content. Another thing you may want to do with your blog posts is actually show them on a page other than the home page of your site. So let's say that we want to show our posts on our domain /blog. There's a simple way to do this with OptimizePress and WordPress. The first thing to do is go over to Pages inside WordPress, and we're going to create a page which is going to be used to show our blog posts. Now as you can see, I already have a page here which is /blog, so let's just edit this one here. You would just go to add new, and then you would create a page called blog or whatever you wanted the extension to be, and then you would ensure that the permalink or the URL here shows what you want. Now bear in mind that any of the content on this page is not actually going to be shown because it's going to be replaced by your blog. Now if you don't see /blog here or whatever you have entered here, you may just need to go to settings, permalinks, and then choose the post name feature to ensure that your permalinks are set correctly. So once we've done that, we can go to settings and reading, and on the reading settings page we can actually choose to select a static page. Now this will require you to create a static home page for your site, so you can choose whatever page you want for your home page. I'm just going to choose page A. Now for your posts page, this is where your blog posts are now going to appear. So I need to go down to blog and click Save Changes, and now you'll see if I go to visit my home page, I'm going to see the page that we created previously. So this is just showing the page that we set. Now if I want to actually see my blog posts, let's go to /blog, and you'll see now that my blog posts appear at that page. So that's a great way to move your posts if you don't want them to show on the home page of your site.